Much more is still ahead. We're heading outside.
Yeah, the number one thing you need to have checked next time you take your car in for a routine checkup. We'll have this story, much more ahead on Good Morning Arizona. Before you go out for your Sunday drive, we're going to check in with Howard Fleischman from Community Tire and Auto about how to keep that ride running as smoothly as possible, right?
You betcha.
Yeah, one of the things that folks might neglect, timing belt?
Yeah, we always talk about maintenance, and there's maintenance you should do, can do, and there's must do.
Okay, and this
the
is a
timing
must
belt is a must do. Your timing belt is normally hidden behind a timing cover. So you can't see it, you can't check it. But the manufacturer tells you, if you go to your book, it needs to be replaced between 60 and 90,000 miles.
You said in recent weeks, maybe even the last year or so, you've seen fewer people do that check.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of them come in. And unfortunately, if you have a certain type of motor, because this is designed to keep everything aligned, if it skips a beat, or if a belt breaks, the motor can collide inside and actually bend valves, and we're talking about a massive repair. We're talking $3,000 in some cases.
When you talk about each vehicle, I'm sure it's different, but about what mileage should you start to have your timing belt checked?
I recommend everybody look at their vehicle today. If it's at 60,000 miles or above and they haven't done a timing belt, they need to talk to their professional and get their unbiased opinion. Is it time or not?
I know, again, each circumstance is different, but what would a typical change of a timing belt cost?
They're as inexpensive as $225 up to $1,000, depending on what you do.
Okay.
And when you get into it, keep some other things in mind. This also runs your water pump. It's a very labor-intensive program, so if you're in here paying for the labor already, might as well take care of that water pump. The other thing is you've got your tensioner pulley, okay? Don't leave that without changing it when you do your belt, because you're going to have this failure, and this is actually one that we took apart. They had a belt put on in California. Unfortunately, the tensioner pulley went out on their way over here, and we had to redo the whole job that they had just had done to get to that tensioner pulley.
So if you don't check that and have it replaced, essentially a $200, $300, $400 job could turn into thousands.
Absolutely. This is one of those must-dos.
All right. Do we see a difference maybe as the heat, as it heats up a little bit? Maybe you should check that before?
Well, you know, that's interesting you say that, because the manufacturer has recommendations, but it doesn't take Arizona into consideration. The heat underneath our hood is just immense.
Yeah.
You need to check it when the manufacturer says or before.
And speaking of, I know we don't want to hurry up and rush to the summer weather, but anytime you have a summer heat factored in here in Arizona, that zaps your battery.
That first 100-degree day, we will sell 10 times the amount of batteries in only sell. Right there.
All right.
You got to get prepared. And we'll be talking about that in the segments to come.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. Always some good insight in case you're like me and you know nothing about what's under that hood. That's for sure. Thank you very much.